Have you ever had a dream so strong it refused to let you sleep? Because that's how this story begins. Welcome to Mind's Quotes, where words meet wonder. And today, you're about to enter a world where destiny whispers, where the wind carries secrets, and where a shepherd boy named Santiago dares to follow the voice of his heart. This is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, not just a story, but a life-changing journey. In forgotten corner of Spain, under the silent sky, Santiago sleeps inside an old, abandoned church. His only companion, his flock of sheep, and a recurring dream of a treasure buried near the pyramids of Egypt. But what if that dream is a sign? What if the universe is calling him, and maybe even calling you? As we begin part one of this magical tale, remember this. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Part 2, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Santiago had left everything behind. His flock, his homeland, his comfort, all for a dream of treasure near the pyramids of Egypt. But dreams, as he would soon learn, are not easy. He arrives in Tangier, a foreign land where he doesn't speak the language. The streets are crowded. The air smells of spices and salt. He feels like a stranger because he is, within hours, Santiago is robbed by a man he trusted. He is left alone, penniless, heartbroken. He sits in the market, staring at the chaos around him. Maybe the old king was wrong, he thinks. Maybe the treasure was just a fantasy. But deep inside, something stronger than fear speaks. A voice that says, you can give up now or begin again. Santiago chooses to begin again. He finds work at a small crystal shop on a quiet hill. The owner is tired, stuck in the past. But Santiago brings light, energy, and new ideas. He suggests placing the crystal outside the shop. Risky, but it works. He proposes serving tea in the crystal glasses. Unusual, but customers love it. Day by day, the business grows. And so does Santiago. He earns enough money to return to Spain, to his sheep, to his old life. But something inside him has changed. He remembers why he started. The dream of the pyramids. The treasure. The feeling that there's more to life than safety. He asks himself, do I go back to what I know? Or do I continue toward what I believe? And he chooses to move forward, because the real journey is within. Sometimes we lose everything so we can discover what truly matters. And sometimes being lost is the beginning of being found. This was part 2 of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. If this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of your own dreams, like, comment, and subscribe to Mind's Quotes. Your journey is just beginning. The Alchemist, Part 3. Santiago has a choice. He can return home, safe, comfortable, or keep walking into the unknown, guided by nothing but a dream. He chooses the unknown. He joins a caravan crossing the desert, heading east toward Egypt. The desert is vast, silent, and endless. The wind carries stories. The sun tests his spirit. But Santiago keeps going. On this journey, he meets a strange man, the Englishman, a book lover, a seeker of ancient secrets of alchemy. They talk by the fire at night. The Englishman tells him about the philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, and the idea that the whole universe speaks one language, if you know how to listen. Santiago begins to understand something deeper. Life is not random. Everything is connected. Every person, every event, every sign is part of a much larger story. And that story is his personal legend, the language of the world. As the caravan moves forward, Santiago starts noticing omens, a hawk in the sky, a feeling in his chest. He begins to believe that the desert is not empty. It speaks. He starts to learn the language of the world, a silent language of signs, instincts, and truth. And yet, danger is close. There's war between desert tribes. Fear spreads through the caravan. But Santiago watches closely, not with his eyes, but with his heart. And he realizes something powerful. When you truly want something, the entire universe really does conspire in helping you achieve it. Arrival at the oasis, Al-Fayum. Finally, the caravan stops. They reach a vast, beautiful oasis called Al-Fayum. And here, Santiago's journey takes another turn. He meets Fatima, a girl with eyes like the desert moon. In one moment, he knows this is love, but now he must decide again. Does he stay with love, or does he keep chasing his dream? Fatima looks into his eyes and says, "If I am really a part of your dream, you'll come back one day." And with those words, Santiago finds both love and purpose. The journey to your dream will test you, with fear, with love, with comfort. But dreams that are true are worth everything. This was part 3 of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. If this touched your heart, inspired your journey, like, comment, and subscribe to Mind's Quotes. Your legend is still unfolding. The Alchemist, Part 4. At the oasis of Al Fayum, Santiago found 2 things he never expected: love in the eyes of Fatima, and wisdom in the presence of a mysterious man, known only as the Alchemist. This man wasn't just a legend. He was real. He had the answer Santiago was seeking. But only if Santiago was ready to listen. The Alchemist's lessons. The Alchemist is not kind nor cruel. He is clear. He tells Santiago, to realize one's destiny is a person's only real obligation. And more importantly, listen to your heart. It knows all things. But Santiago's heart is afraid of loss, afraid of pain, afraid of failure. The Alchemist teaches him, your heart may suffer, but that's no reason to give up your dream, because fear is a bigger lie than failure. Through the desert, a journey of transformation, Santiago and the Alchemist begin their journey deeper into the desert, toward the Egyptian pyramids. The sands are endless. The winds whisper. Santiago listens not with his ears, but with his soul. Along the way, they're captured by a hostile tribe. The Alchemist makes a bold claim. This boy can turn himself into the wind. Santiago is terrified, but this is the moment everything has led to. He prays. He listens. He speaks to the desert, the wind, the sun, and finally to the soul of the world. And something miraculous happens. The wind rises, the sand swirls, and Santiago becomes the wind, not literally, but through faith, belief, and surrender. He connects with the universal force that binds all things. The Alchemist leaves Santiago just before the pyramids. You already know everything you need to know, he says, and Santiago realizes alchemy wasn't about turning metal into gold. It was about turning the self into something pure. The real transformation is not outside. It's within. When you face your fears, when you trust your heart, when you follow your dream, you don't just find treasure. You become treasure. This was part 4 of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. If this chapter touched your soul, like, share, and subscribe to Mind's Quotes. Your own legend is waiting. The Alchemist, Part 5. The Boy at Cross Deserts. Learn the language of the world. Love with a full heart. Transform fear into faith. And now, finally, Santiago stood at the foot of the Egyptian pyramids, where his dream had led him all along. He drops to his knees. Tears fall from his eyes. He had made it. The wind brushes his face. The stars above him seem to smile. And suddenly, he laughs, because now he knows the treasure is near. The final test. Santiago begins to dig, hour after hour. Sand, stones, more sand, until a group of tribal thieves finds him. They beat him. They demand to know what he's doing. He tells them, through broken breath, I had a dream that a treasure was buried here at the foot of the pyramids. The leader laughs cruelly, and then says something that changes everything. You're such a fool. I had a dream once, too, that there was a treasure buried in an old, ruined church in Spain. But I'm not stupid enough to cross a desert because of a dream. They leave him there, bruised but smiling, because suddenly it all makes sense. The treasure, the real treasure, was buried back in Spain, in the very place where Santiago's journey began. The ruined church, where he first had the dream. The real treasure. Santiago returns to Spain, to the same old church, to the sycamore tree under which he once slept. He digs, and there it is, a chest filled with gold, jewels, and ancient coins. But by now, he knows something even more valuable. Light bulb, the treasure was never just gold. It was the journey, the lessons, the love, the faith, and the truth that when you follow your personal legend, the universe guides you, even through pain to purpose. The Alchemist, Part 6, The Real Treasure. The boy found the treasure, the gold, the jewels, the chest buried in the earth. But what Santiago really discovered was himself, his courage, his heart, his connection to the soul of the world. This is the true ending of The Alchemist, but it's also the beginning of something more. What was the real treasure? Was it the chest of gold? No, the real treasure was the faith to follow a dream, the wisdom to learn from loss, the strength to walk through fear, and the love that asked for freedom, not possession. The Alchemist didn't teach him magic. He taught him how to listen to his heart, to the signs, to the universe. And that changed everything. Santiago's story is our story. We all start somewhere comfortable. We all feel the pull of something greater, a calling, a whisper, a dream. But most people stop. They settle. They fear the unknown. Santiago didn't. He lost everything, got beaten, fell in love, was tested again and again, but he never stopped believing. And because of that, the universe revealed its magic to him. The message of The Alchemist is simple, but life-changing. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. You are not here by accident. You were born with a dream, a personal legend, and the world is waiting for you to believe in it. So listen to your heart, follow the signs, and walk boldly toward the treasure only you can find. A journey not just through the desert, but through the soul. If the story awakened something in you, if it reminded you that your dream still matters, then like, comment, and subscribe to Mind's Quotes.